So here's my PowerPoint presentation, golfing tips, how to use a driver. Uh, this was a picture I took out on the golf course the other day, and if you can see right up here in the left-hand corner, if anybody in the class is a meteorologist or knows one and can explain to me why a rainless rainbow happens or a half one, please let me know. I'm kind of curious. One of my friends said this was a phenomenon of some sort. I don't know if I believe him, but haven't really dived into it too much. But I thought it was pretty cool. I caught that on a photo. So here's my presentation. So today I'll be discussing techniques on how to effectively use a driver. This is going to entail how to hold the driver, hand-eye coordination, and rotation and hip movement. As I was saying before, you really have to embody all of this into one. I would, however, say that one of those stands out to be the most critical is the hand-eye coordination. If you can't hit the ball effectively, if you can't make contact with the ball to begin with, granted, your placement, where you're standing, how your hips are, how you hold the driver are all critical. But if you can't hit the ball, you're just not going to go anywhere. I know this from experience in past sports. I was a tennis player, so I feel I have pretty good hand-eye coordination, and I was never mechanically sound when it came to golf. Starting out, and I'm still not, but I was able to actually just step up and hit the ball no matter what, and you'd be really surprised on the amount of people that can't simply hit the ball. It's a difficult thing to do, but that was the one thing I can honestly say that I feel confident about, that I'm good at. But I feel that is the most important out of all those three. So when you're going up to address the ball with a driver, you want to be able to grip the golf club effectively, and and do this as such where in this picture right here you have a right-handed golfer, and he's placing his left hand on the club as such. In picture A, he's putting his thumb down on top of the club. Now this is for stability and to make sure that when he hits the ball, it's not going to go everywhere. You don't want to baseball swing it. You don't want to put a baseball grip on a golf club. It just doesn't work. I've tried it. I think everybody's tried the whole Happy Gilmore thing one time or another, but it really doesn't work. So don't even try it. But this is the most effective way, and this is pretty much how I've seen all my friends. They were all taught this way, and this is how I've learned through watching YouTube videos of how people hold golf clubs. So in the second picture, you can see the golfer has two hands now on the club. His ring finger on from his right hand is now to the inner part of his left hand, the thumb on his left hand, and he's going to wrap that around, as you can see in picture C, around that thumb. He's trying to make sure that hand doesn't move at all. You don't want a lot of wrist action in golf. Some people use it. I started out that way, but I definitely found out that it's not the right way to go. You're just going to start slicing them everywhere. The control's not there. You really want a firm grip, and you want to be mechanically sound. So if you go with this grip, wrapping your thumbs and placing your thumbs on the golf club as such in the pictures, you will have a better opportunity to strike the ball further, straighter, instead of having to slice them either right or left. So how to use a driver. So this is a video that I have come across on YouTube that I'd like to show. This is Jason Day and Adam Scott. you'll see in the video there is very little difference between the two as far as their swings and mechanics go. They both approach the ball and address it. They both get their grips ready. They both have a slight bend to their arm, but that's okay because they're looking for some power. Now that was pretty fast, so in the next frame after this one, we'll slow it down just a hair. So you can see here, sorry about that, I backed it up for a second. Here we go. So you can see here, you're going to start off in slow motion. They both have a good backswing, but the key thing to this is that they're not moving their face at all. They're keeping their chins down and their eyes are on the ball. This, keeping your head down and not moving it will prevent you from screwing up every single time. So make sure when you're going up to the ball and you're about ready to drive it 300 yards, the only way you're going to do that dead straight is if you can keep your chin down and your eye on the ball. So we'll go through. You can see here that they keep the club nice and parallel to their body. It's coming straight up. And when they come back down, they have a nice follow through. So the most important thing though is that they kept their eye on the ball and they didn't move their head until the ball was struck, and you'll see that in the next frame. See a little bit slower. You can see their arms. Get that a little straightened out for you. Their arms are their left arms are not bent at all. If you bend them, it'll slice. One other thing is where you're going to get your power from is in your legs. Your legs, the torque in your hips, that's where you're going to get your power. And you have to have all the timing, everything timed together when striking the ball. So you can see torques his hips and he goes straight through the ball. Now, if you ever watch these two played, they're pretty good at what they do.